Hi, this is Michael Blunda from Pro Football Weekly. We're here to give you the fantasy football matchups to exploit and avoid in Week 6. Joe Flacco didn't have a great performance last week against the Broncos, but he should bounce back strong this Sunday at New England. The Patriots' young secondary has been getting lit up through the air. They're allowing close to 275 yards and 2 touchdowns per game. The Ravens likely will need to pile up points to keep up with the Pats, so Flacco will be airing it out all day long to his favorite target, Anquan Boldin. Ahmad Bradshaw is quickly establishing himself as a fantasy star, so just imagine what he can do against the Lions. Bradshaw is the firm leader in the Giants' backfield, and he definitely belongs in your lineup versus Detroit, which is giving up more than 130 rushing yards on average. New York will be running the ball every chance it gets, so even goal line vulture Brandon Jacobs could get a cheap touchdown. Vince Young has been far from consistent this year, but nobody has trouble throwing against the Jaguars. Young should definitely improve on the 2 touchdown passes he threw last week. No team has given up more touchdown tosses than the Jags, who have already allowed 12 this year. Now that Young has a legit deep threat in Kenny Britt, he's a good bet for a big outing. Switching gears, despite his tremendous season thus far, you might be wise to avoid Peyton Hillis this week. The Browns' workhorse back goes against the Steelers' run defense that ranked number 1 in the league, surrendering a mere 62 yards per contest. And with rookie quarterback Colt McCoy likely starting for Cleveland, you know the Steel Curtain is going to load up to stop the run. Don't expect a banged-up Hillis to overpower the Pittsburgh front. After his ugly day against the Lions, you should be very cautious of starting Sam Bradford. The rookie QB threw 2 picks at Detroit, and now he faces a Chargers D that is number 1 in football. It doesn't help matters that the Rams lost their top receiver, Mark Clayton, to a knee injury last week. Bradford might be worth starting in good matchups, but this week isn't one of them. Finally, expecting a lot from Marshawn Lynch in his first game as a Seahawk could be a big mistake. Shipped from Buffalo to Seattle last week, Lynch may now be the team's featured back. This week he takes on a Bears run defense that holds opponents to below 80 yards per game. Lynch could eventually be a consistent fantasy player again, but Chicago will make sure it doesn't happen this week. For all of your fantasy news and information, go to ProFootballWeekly.com.